Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody. I'm really happy that I can talk to you, to all my honorable guests, and to all my honorable people. I'm Raja Bisatanandi and you can call me Abdi. At this moment, as you know before, I'm gonna talk about coronary heart disease. What is the contents I'm gonna talk in this presentation? Here's introduction, cause, symptoms, treatment, prevention, risk factors, and for the last is diagnosis. For the first one, there is introduction. CHD or coronary heart disease tends to develop when cholesterol builds on the artery walls, creating plaques, and these plaques cause the artery to narrow, reducing blood flow to the heart, and a clot can sometimes obstruct the blood flow, causing serious heart problems. Coronary arteries form the network of the blood vessels on the surface of the heart that feed the heart with oxygen. If these arteries narrow, the heart may not receive enough oxygen with rich blood, especially during physical activity. CHD can sometimes lead to a heart attack. It is the most common type of heart disease in America, where it accounts to more than 370,000 deaths every year. What is the cause of coronary heart disease? Coronary heart disease as a result of injury or damage to the inner layer of the coronary artery. This damage causes fatty deposits of plaque to build up at the injury site. These deposits consist of the cholesterol and other waste products from cells. This build-up is called atherosclerosis. If piece or plaque break off or ruptures, platelets will cluster in the area in an attempt to repair the blood vessels. This cluster can block the artery and reduce or block blood flow, which may lead to a heart attack. This is the introduction. What is the plaque of the artery coronary? As you can see, they are fatty that gonna block the artery vessels. So, what is the symptoms of CHD? A CHD can lead to angina. This is a type of chest pain linked to a heart disease. Angina may cause the following feelings across the chest, like squeezing, pressure, heaviness, tightening, burning, and itching. And angina may also cause the following symptoms like indigestion, sweatings, heartburn, nausea, weakness, and cramping. A CHD can also lead to a shortness of breath if the heart and the other organs do not receive enough oxygen. Any form of exertion can become very tiring, which may cause a person to pant for air. The next symptoms is the symptoms of a heart attack. A heart attack occurs when the heart muscles do not have enough blood oxygen, such as when a blood clot develops from plaque in one of the coronary artery. The first symptoms is dizziness, panic, and restlessness, a gray color in the face, restlessness, sweating, and clammy skin. The third symptom is the chest discomfort until mild or crushing chest pain, shortness of breath, and coughing. And the last is nausea and vomiting. So, the first symptoms is usually chest pain and that spreads to the neck, jaw, ears, arm, and wrist, and possibly to the shoulder blades, back, or abdomen. Changing position, resting, or lying down is unlikely to bring relief. The pain is often constant but may come and go. It can last from a few minutes to several hours. A heart attack is a medical emergency that can result in death or permanent heart damage. If a person is showing some symptoms of a heart attack, it is vital to call the emergency service immediately. What is the treatment of this coronary heart disease? There is a medication. What is the medication for coronary heart disease? There are beta blockers. Sometimes a doctor may prescribe beta blockers to reduce blood pressure and heart. especially among people who have already had a heart attack. The second medication is nitroglycerin patch, spray, or tablet. This medication widens the arteries and reduces the heart demand for blood, as well as soothes chest pains. The third medication is angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors. This brings down blood pressure and helps slow or stop the progression of CHD. The next is medication. That medication is calcium channel blockers. This will widen the coronary arteries, improving blood flow to the heart and reducing hypertension. And the next medication is statins. This may have a positive impacts on outcomes in CHD. One at the 2019 review found that although taking statins cannot reduce the overall risk of a death from CHD, they can prevent development and reduce the risk of non-fatal heart attack. However, they will not be effective for people with cholesterol disorder, such as hyperlipidemia. The next treatment is surgery. The following surgical procedures can open or replace blocked arteries if they have become very narrow, or if symptoms are not responding to medication. The first surgery is laser surgery. That is making several very small holes in the heart muscles. They encourage the formation of new blood vessels. The next surgery is coronary bypass surgery. A surgeon will use a blood vessels from another part of the body to create a graft that bypasses the blocked artery. The graft may come from the leg, for example, and or an inner chest wall artery. The third surgery is angioplasty and stent placement. This procedure will insert a catheter into the narrow part of the artery and pass a flat balloon through the catheter to the affected area. When they inflate the balloon, it compacts the fatty deposits against the artery walls. They may leave a stent or mesh tube in the artery to help keep it open. Next is a rare occasion. A person may need a heart transplant. However, this happens if the heart has severe damage and treatment is not working. Next, what is the prevention to do to prevent from the coronary heart disease? That is, controlling blood cholesterol can help reduce a person's risk of the coronary heart disease. To better control blood cholesterol levels, that is, be more physically active, limit alcohol intake, avoid tobacco, and for the last, adopt a diet with less sugar, salt, and saturated fats. So, we continue to the next from the presentation. There are two risk factors. The factor increase a person risk of developing coronary heart disease, and the second is factor are not lifestyle related. For factor increase a person risk of developing CHD, there are having high blood pressure, have a high level of low density lipoprotein or bad cholesterol. The third, having low levels of high density lipoprotein or good cholesterol. Next, having a diagnosis of diabetes, in which the body cannot effectively remove sugars from bloodstream. The fifth factor is having obesity, and the last is smoking. Next, further factors are not lifestyle related. There are having high levels of the amino acid homocysteine, having high level of fibrinogens, having a family history of CHD, for women, having through menopause, and for the last, for men being over 45 years of age. What is the diagnosis for coronary heart disease? There are electrocardiogram, echocardiogram, Holter monitor, stress test, coronary catheterization, nuclear ventriculography, CT scans, blood tests, and that is the diagnosis for coronary heart disease. Okay, we accept the last part of the presentation. Thanks to you all to pay attention and at my presentation. Thank you. If you have any question, please contact me at the personal message. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.